Hey everyone! So, today we're going to do something that I have been putting off for a long time. I don't know why I haven't done it, but we haven't done it. So, I actually run a booth at the local Renaissance fair, and one thing that I sell for that are Gemstone Eggs. So, we're going to go outside, and, where did I put them? There we go. Sorry. And we're going to get started. First things first, we need to trim some rocks. And then we'll shape them down a little bit with the flap lap. The flap lap is what I just said. Anyway, though. And then, yeah, you just round off those edges with the flat lap and toss them in a tumbler. It's really that easy. And they are so cool and so easy. And I really do need to get going on making some. So, let's look at it. So, as you can see, we have a bunch of agates, petrified wood, and jasper laid out here. I already did one, just to demonstrate. Yeah, that's really all we need to do before they go in the tumbler. So, we first things first need to take these all outside so that we can get the tile saw out and trim them, because otherwise, I mean, getting to this shape right here with a rock that looks like this is a whole lot of grinding. So, yeah, let's go outside and trim some. Okay, we're outside. And I've got all my rocks right here that we are turning into eggs. Also, ignore this. Actually, you know, you'll probably see this before that one. I don't know. Anyway, before we get into these, I have a brand new blade on here, and I want to take advantage of it being fresh. So, we're actually going to be making some eggs out of these, which are just awesome. Those are amethyst crystals on top of agate, and they make really, really cool eggs if you leave the crystals intact. So, I think first things first, we need to trim these down, because I don't even need to explain, I feel like. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just need to trim it. Anyway, next would be this piece of septarian. It's the French pronunciation. And then I've got some pieces of labradorite and that amygdaloidal basalt. And then we'll move on to these and start trimming these. Actually, I'll probably do... never mind. This video. Stick with this video. That's a different video. Anyway, though... yeah, I guess let's just do it. And there you have it. It's that simple. And then we'll just take it in and round everything over on the flat lap. So yeah, pretty simple. Just have like 40 more to go. So I thought we had made like a lot, because when they were rough, they take up way more space. So yeah, I went in and rounded them off the way that they needed to be. We need to cut way more. So, we have a Wyoming jasper. Actually, this might be a South Dakota prairie agate. What are you? One sec. Yeah, South Dakota prairie agate, 2 Wyoming moss agates, 3 pieces of petrified wood, a couple Montana agates. This is plume jasper, normal Yellowstone River jaspers, prior mountain jasper, a very pretty carnelian, and a Brazilian agate. Also, some Bear Canyon geodes. So let's just do the thing. Well, it's raining. And I heard thunder. So I'm gonna take that as my cue to go back inside, because I don't feel like playing around with that. Alrighty, so once we get the eggs done on the saw, they will look like this. You'll see they're very rough. This is basically just to save us time when it comes to grinding. So now we want to go to the diamond plates to make them look like this. We'll round out all of those rough edges. And yeah, as you can see, these are ready to go. They're good to get tumbled now. There's not really enough sharp edges for them to be, you know, like all weird shaped once they get tumbled. When they get tumbled, this will even everything out. see, they're way better now. So now we're just gonna keep switching plates and go all the way up. We're actually not gonna do like too much polishing because the tumbler's gonna take care of all that. So we're just going up to 600. All right, they're all up to 600 focus. Maybe. Nowhere near to a full batch, so yeah, I'm gonna need to go back outside and make more. So, well, let's do that. Alrighty, y'all. It took some time, but we have a full tumbler batch. And the beauty of them being an egg shape and already worked up to 600 grit is tumbling takes way less time because, you know, the whole point of step 1 and 2 is to round edges. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but those edges are already pretty much rounded. So yeah, this is gonna take way less time than normal. And I checked these all using Mohs hardness scale, and they're all the same hardness. I mean, they're comparable. Thanks, Mo. So, I guess, without further ado, let's put them in the tumbler. Shouldn't take too long. I guess we'll touch bases again in like a month or so. Alrighty, well, they're done. And, you know, I told myself that while they were tumbling, I was gonna work on these ones, which, yeah, I definitely did not do. I started on this one, but then I got distracted with other stuff. So, we still have to do these ones. And, yeah. But anyway, though, they're done, and they came out very well, with a few exceptions. Mo kind of lied to me, so let's check these out. First things first, we have this Montana agate, which, yeah, I probably should have used my brain and figured that that big fissure running through it was going to be an issue. But you know what? I just threw it in anyway. I mean, it's alright. It could be worse, but yeah, kind of sucks. Oh well, though. As for our other faux pas, I should have used my brain and not tumbled red tiger eye because it's all fibery and kind of got banged up a little bit. It still took an okay polish, but it's not as like, where's a good example? Here we go. That's what it should look like, and it's all not really as highly polished as it... Yeah, anyway, though. And then our other problems, where Mo kind of lied to us. He said that they were comparable, which is not entirely untrue. But there's quartz pockets in some of them, which, again, I should have used my brain because it ate the quartz pockets out way more aggressively than the agate. Which, again, I guess, oh well. But this is the one that really got just mutated in the process. This is that, which I'm super bummed about. But again, I should have used my brain. There's little veins of moss agate, the rest is common opal. And as you can see, it ate away the common opal way more than it did the moss agate. Which, you know, duh. Of course it would do that. So it's kind of wonky. But oh well. I probably won't use it as an egg, but we'll cut it up and make some calves or something like that. I don't know. As for the rest, though, they came out great. I'm actually really happy with them. So we got this piece of wood, petrified wood, which I love that random, like, coppery color. But look at that little fortification agate vein. That's so cool. I love it. Speaking of wood, we got this one right here, which is awesome. Look at the difference in polish. It, like, literally maintained that wood grain so perfectly. It's so cool. I love it. Awesome. And we got some Montana agates, which came out very well. Of course, they're dusty and have fingerprints all over them because they came out of the tumbler like a week ago. Anyway, though, yeah, love this one with the little quartz pocket. This one kind of got a little misshapen up at the tip because of the quartz, but oh well, it's still not that bad. And then this one right here, which is very pretty and covered in dust and slurry, actually. So I needed to clean these off, in other words, and we got this nice carnelian. This one might be one of my favorites, honestly. I love that thing. It's so pretty. And we got this, which is, oh gosh, broken. No, I'm kidding. Jasperized wood, which is very, very pretty. We've got this amazing plumy Jasper right here, which is just gorgeous. More petrified wood. This one didn't change much from the grain like the other two did. Pretty Jasper, which took a great polish. Speaking of Jaspers that took a great polish, we got this one. And then that plume Jasper. Different kind of plume Jasper. And then we've got our serpentine, which actually took a way better polish than I was expecting. And this amygdaloidal basalt, which polished in a very weird way, and I love it. It's kind of like dull on the basalt, and then all of the agate pockets are like super polished, which is awesome. So yeah, those are done. They look wonderful. I'm very happy with them. And yeah, as you saw, they're very, very low maintenance. You just kind of shave them out, toss them in a tumbler, you know, plan more accordingly than I did when it comes to hardness differences. But yeah, they came out great, and I'm very happy with them, and they feel good in your hand. Anyway, though, I think now I've stalled long enough, and it's time to work on some of these. The ones that can't get tumbled, which includes these that were from geodes, as well as these, which are Bear Canyons, which I thought are going to look awesome like that. Check that out. How cool is that? I also want to make some more out of petoskey stones. And I'll probably do a few septarians, just because, you know, why not? All right, so we're going to move on to these in a minute. This one, the other one's already shaped. This one needs to get trimmed down more, because I definitely didn't do enough trimming. We've got a piece of Lapidary and then a big septarian with some nice calcite crystals. But, we're not going to do those at the moment. I have to go outside to do those, and I don't feel like doing that at the moment. So, let's make some petoskey stone eggs. They're pretty cool, and I like them. All right, so petoskey stones are super soft, like extremely soft, actually. So, that's why they couldn't get tumbled. But if you don't have like all the tools, petoskey stones are probably like the perfect thing to make out of eggs, or turn into eggs, I guess I should say. Because yeah, you can do. I mean, it might take a while, but you can do all the shaping with sandpaper, really. And you can definitely polish it with sandpaper. In fact, I'm going to, just to demonstrate that, yeah, this stuff is soft and you don't need any tools to polish petoskey stones. Alrighty, there you have it. Did all the shaping on the flat lap, and then all of the polishing with sandpaper. So, these are really easy to do. You could actually probably do the shaping on a rotary tool or a tile saw as well. But yeah, I have a flat lap, so I'm gonna use it. Also, went ahead and just polished some. Aren't they gorgeous? I don't know, I have a real soft spot for petoskey stones. They're so cool. Alright, well, now that those are done, let us move on to these two. I didn't trim them enough because I'm stupid, and they're going to take a lot of time to trim down the rest of the way on the flat lap, so we might as well just go outside and bring out the big guns. Alright, we're back inside. Excuse the tumbler. It is loud, as always. But yeah, these are at a much more manageable point now that we can do on the flat lap. You can see it's pretty much rough, smoothed out. We just got to do a little bit more shaping. Those crystals are amazing, and they have little gathite inclusions. I almost said inclusions. Anyway, though. And then polish them up. Same with this one. I didn't touch the front with the angle grindier, because I thought it might lead to problems. Just blow out those crystals. So, it will be much safer and easier to do this one on the flat lap. And yeah, the backside's pretty much shaped out. We just got to get rid of those edges and whatnot. Same thing, just larger. and this one up to 3,000 grit. So we could start doing our polish on these two, but believe it or not, we're gonna do something different with the Septarian. Why is this still on? Sorry. Anyway, yeah, we're actually gonna do something different with the Septarian. It's super soft, so you can actually get a really cool effect with Septarian if you do it, the polishing with sandpaper. Believe it or not. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I have diamond at my disposal is what I was just saying. But I would much rather use sandpaper, and you'll see why. It's really cool. And there you have it. If you haven't picked up on that already, the reason I do it that way with Septarian, well, specifically with eggs, it's because I really want to highlight the calcite. And if you look, the calcite takes a really nice polish with the sandpaper, but the limestone does not as much. It's more of a matte finish. I have an overhead light on that's very strong, so it's probably making it look more glossy than it actually is. But yeah, you get that nice matte finish, and then when you hit the calcite, it's like super glossy, which makes all of that calcite stand out so much more. Alrighty, so we are down to these two now. So let's go over to the Dremel, and I'm actually going to use Nova points to polish these. I don't know why, just 'cause. Here they are, and I think they came out very well. I decided against that other Bear Canyon. I just didn't have time for it, so we'll do that on our own time. But yeah, as you can see, very easy. A little time consuming, but very easy. Well, I think that's going to do it for this one. I hope that inspired some of you guys to give this a shot. It's really easy. For the longest time, I always just assumed you needed one of those like sphere machines because they have egg attachments. But no, you can just do it with, you know, whatever you've got lying around, whether it be angle grinder, faceting machine, flat lap, tumbler, tile saw. I mean, you can do it. It's not that hard. Or sandpaper in some cases. So yeah, give it a shot. They look awesome. They're really easy to do, and yeah, they're just cool. So do it. The request has turned into an order. Go do this. Make some eggs, people. This video's been going on for like 3 weeks at this point, but I can't remember if I said it or not, but these are going to be for sale at the Renaissance Marketplace that I am running a booth at. But that being said, every single one that doesn't get sold during that event will be getting listed onto my store. So if there's one of these that you really like, actually by the time this video comes out, it will already be over. So I don't know, it might be on the store. Just give it a look. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite, and like and subscribe if I earned it. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next week.